Oh, finally, June. First Tuesday of June. What's going on? It's Frank Williams Jr. Time for the Homegrown Happy Hour, and my guest made the trip from Rochester. I have Allie Aro.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thanks for coming in, and thanks to Spencer and Joe for making it.
Yeah, welcome, guys.
They're making good on their promise.
Oh, yeah.
Joe retired. He said he's going to make it to all the Homegrown Happy Hours. I think you missed last week, but I'm not holding it against you because you're 2 out of 3 in bad. So thanks for coming in. So anyway, what's been up? It's been a while.
I know. It's been like 2 years since I've last seen you.
Have you been on?
Crazy.
Have you done the Homegrown yet? Or has it been just in the studio before we adopted to MusicTown?
It was just in the studio.
Okay, yeah,
so this is my first time here, which is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
I know I've tried for it, at least since the duration of the show's been around.
You have. You have. That was my fault. That was my fault.
Well, you know, it makes up for it because you're here actually on CMA.
Yeah.
CMA Fest week.
Yeah.
Everyone's down in Nashville, and you stayed to do the Homegrown Happy Hour, so thank you.
Yeah, I had to. You're so important. I had to stay here for you.
Oh, stop.
But
you usually do check that out, or have you gone down there?
I do. I've gone down there twice, and I've been there the whole week doing shows and writing and interviews and stuff like that. This year's a little different, but I hope to be there next year.
How does that work? How do you set something up like that?
It's crazy. It's kind of... I've done it through like people I know down in Nashville. I have a publicist down there, so they've set it up for me, and kind of I've just linked up with other artists I know. But with my whole brand change and everything this year, I've kind of just been focusing on releasing new music, getting that out, and building up my brand so I can present it next year.
And speaking of the rebranding, we'll get to that in a second. And the new music, though, this first song, Bad Influence?
My first song actually was All Night. That was released in January, but my latest single right now is Bad Influence, and that was released in April.
And we're kicking off with that song.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
And now, by the way, if you can just make a mention of this guitar really quick, tell us about the guitar.
This is my SJ200, and I call him Bob. And a fan of mine actually offered to get it for me for my birthday. He's like my #1 fan, and I love him so much. And I just got so lucky with this guitar.
That's a beautiful guitar, yeah.
Thank you. I love it. I use it every single time I perform. So.
Well, here's the debut of Allie Aro on the Homegrown Happy Hour with Bad Influence.
She can be smooth or rough, let you chase your dreams, gives you courage for all the little things. Her taste is irresistible, her touch can leave you burned. The addiction to her is what's gonna hurt. Is she red or white? Does she treat you right? Will she leave you there all alone tonight? I know she can be fragile 'cause her body's made of glass. You might think that she's fancy, but she doesn't have class. Oh, I don't wanna fight with her, I need to talk to you, but you're just a little busy on your drunken rendezvous. You take a little sip of the lime and twist. She's such a bad influence. She's such a bad influence. Ooh, yeah. Are you straight or is it on the rocks? Will you know when it's time to stop? I bet you wish that you were getting drunk off my kiss instead of pressing Stella to your lips. Ooh, well, I don't wanna fight with her, I need to talk to you, but you're just a little busy on your drunken rendezvous. You take a little sip of the lime and twist. She's such a bad influence. She's such a bad influence. Ooh, yeah, I don't wanna fight with her, I need to talk to you, but you're just a little busy on your drunken rendezvous. You take a little sip of the lime and twist. She's such a bad influence. I don't wanna fight with her, I need to talk to you, but you're just a little busy on your drunken rendezvous. You take a little sip of the lime and twist. She's such a bad influence. She's such a bad influence.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That was great. So, funny story. So when I was a little itty bitty DJ doing the overnights,
Yeah.
there was a show at a place called Toby Keith. I love his bar.
Yes.
And you opened up for Cole Swindell at this show, and it was like one of the first big artists that I ever got to MC. And I remember that. I'll always remember that show.
I will always remember that show. It was crazy. That was the biggest crowd I had played in front of at that time.
And there was a big snowstorm that night too.
Yes.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But not at the time though. You weren't Allie Aro. You were
No,
Allie Louise.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was transitioning into Allie Louise. Yeah, because I was going
You were-
by my original name because I was still like 13, I believe, at that time. So,
Really?
Yeah.
How old are you
I
now?
was young. I'm 20.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a long
yeah.
time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, so it was your original name, and then
Yeah.
it was Allie Louise.
Yep.
So you made another. So this is your second transition
Yes.
into
Yeah.
Allie Aro.
Yes.
So what's the story behind the big move here?
Well, I've decided to go more country pop, and I wanted to do just kind of a brand change that fit the new direction and the new sound I'm going in. When I was Allie Louise, I was kind of 13, 14, and I just feel like I've kind of grown out of it a little bit, and I just wanted to start fresh with a new sound, a new name, a new style, and I'm just kind of taking it and I'm running with it. And I love it so much because I feel like it fits my personality. And because Allie Louise was definitely more traditional country, which I originally thought that's what I wanted to do. And then, I kind of turned 18 and started growing up and realized, what I actually wanted. And it'll probably change again in the future, but for now, country pop. So.
Has anyone given you backlash over it?
Actually,
Because that's
no.
a Taylor Swifty kind of move.
It is, actually, which it's really funny because a lot of the people that I started working with when I was younger, they all said that I was a Taylor Swift, I was going to do it eventually. And at first I was like, no, like I'm staying country, like that's what I'm going to do. And then I did this and like we called it. We knew this was going to happen. But everyone's been so supportive of it so far. And everyone loves my new music. And I'm just like overwhelmed. Because at first I thought people were going to be like, no, like stay country, like that's what we like. But everyone's just been so supportive. So I couldn't be
I
happier.
don't think it sounds like. I mean, like with country nowadays, anyways.
Right.
That could go either way.
Country is actually moving into that because I really wanted to do a mix of country EDM, and I'm still trying to find that perfect balance. But you have Maren Morris teaming up with Zed and Kelsey Ballerini with the Chainsmokers. Like, it's already happening.
Cotton Eye
so.
Joe from Jock Jams.
Yeah.
That's like a EDM-y.
Yeah. That's like people are remixing country music, and it's already becoming a thing. So I'm like, oh, perfect. Okay, that's what I wanted to do anyway.
Well, what's been the hardest part of doing it though? Like, what would you say the biggest challenge?
I would have to say the biggest challenge has been finding like the production for my songs I'm releasing, because it was finding that balance and not making it too pop, not making it too country, and I'm definitely still trying to find it. I worked with Greg Lawson, he was the producer, and we really tried hard to find that right balance, and I still think it can be tweaked a little bit, but for our first shot at it, but that was definitely the hardest thing, was just kind of nailing down that sound and taking songs that I write acoustically and making an EDM production of it. So.
And how long has it been since this big change? About a year?
It's been about a year, yeah. I officially changed at the beginning of this year, but the whole getting it started, working on the website, getting the music produced and everything started at the beginning of last year.
Because I remember I hit you up to be on the show at probably
Right.
end of last year. And
Yeah.
you wanted to wait until you had changed your name, and I
Yes.
got that, and that was cool.
Which I was supposed to, fall of last year, it was supposed to be ready, but it's a process for
Well, I mean,
everything, and yeah.
Good things come to those who wait.
Right. I was patient. I was like, okay, the longer I wait, the better it'll be. And I was more ready, so that was good.
Well, let's hear another song. This next one's called Bring on the Moon.
Yes.
Is there any special meaning behind this?
This song's going to be my next single coming out on
next
the,
one?
June 14th. New single coming out on all social
Well,
platforms.
that's next Friday.
Yeah, that is next
Awesome.
Friday. This song's just a fun summer love song, and it's just kind of about the stages of falling in love, like the beginning stages of just hanging out, just chilling out, and then eventually falling for each other. So
Awesome. Okay.
I just gotta remember how it goes now. There you go. Sunset already sinking low in the west. My lips waiting on a kiss that hasn't quite landed yet. And I know when the night is through, I got a feeling that me and you are gonna find that the right time's coming real soon. Bring on the moon and the stars, the night sky shining bright, popping through the top of your roof. Bring on the summertime heat, little you and me, baby, if you're thinking about making your move. Bring on the Hollywood sweet talk, go ahead and drop a beat that makes my heart stop. Right where it's at, never looking back, falling for you. Yeah, bring on the moon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bring on the moon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you want my hand, boy, you can have it. I'll take your breath and your leather jacket. Just over the horizon, the sky's turning into diamonds. When you think that there ain't no beating this view, bring on the moon and the stars and the night sky shining bright, popping through the top of your roof. Bring on the summertime heat, little you and me, baby, if you're thinking about making your move. Bring on the Hollywood sweet talk, go ahead and drop a beat that makes my heart stop. Right where it's at, never looking back, falling for you. Yeah, bring on the moon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bring on the moon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bring on the moon and the stars in the night sky. Bring on the moon that's shining in your eyes. Bring on the moon and the stars and the night sky shining bright, popping through the top of your roof. Bring on the summertime heat, little you and me, baby, if you're thinking about making your move. Bring on the Hollywood sweet talk, go ahead and drop a beat that makes my heart stop. Right where it's at, never looking back, falling for you. Yeah, right where it's at, never looking back, falling for you. Yeah, bring on the moon. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Bring on the moon. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I almost clapped too early on that last one. Threw me off.
I'm
But
sorry.
by the way, if you're looking outside, I guess Wayne State, one of the classes, they're graduating.
Yeah.
So if any of you are watching, congratulations. And also, there's a school field trip. Like I guess it's done now, but there was a bunch of little kids.
There's so many
There
kids
was a lot.
here. There were.
I had like one of those like weird little I want to cower in the corner kind of moments. Like, oh, there's so many. Because Luna, the last time you did the show, Luna was either gonna be born or was just born.
Yeah, she was like just born. You're showing me pictures. She's so adorable.
She's
and
gonna be
everything.
3 in 2 weeks.
I can't believe that.
Or no, excuse me. She'll be 3 not next Monday. 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
That's crazy. Time goes by so fast.
3 going on 10 at this point.
But she's out of the terrible twos, right? Like that's.
I heard that lasts for a long time.
Oh,
It's not-
okay.
It's not just 2. It's like
Darn.
2-ish. Terrible.
Yeah.
Till like 6. Till they're in school and you can like breathe.
Okay.
But that's
yeah.
I'm gonna be sad when that happens though.
Right.
Because I mean she's my buddy.
Yeah.
When she goes to school, I'm like, oh well, we'll see.
But then she'll come back, and then you'll be
Yeah,
like,
like, go back to
"Oh."
school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right? Ugh. Then 12 years later, hopefully you graduate.
Yeah.
I hope you graduate. So we're live in MusicTown Detroit with Allie Aro. And if you want to be featured on the Homegrown Happy Hour, just send me music, frankjrradio@gmail.com. So you got this career rebranding or this name rebranding.
Yep.
Do you you write your own songs, right?
I do.
You
yeah.
do your own you do your own social media. I know that. So like
Yes.
what's your strategy with the social media thing? We'll get to that first.
I'm still trying to kind of figure it out, and I just do a lot of research on kind of what to do and everything. But honestly, for me, it's just kind of like reaching out to my fans and letting them know how much like I appreciate it, and just keep sharing my music like over and over, just keeping it on people's page. And sometimes for me, I'm like, this is probably like exhausting to some people because I keep seeing it pop up, but I found that's most successful, oh my gosh, to me, because then people keep seeing it or they're reminded of it. And, algorithms are always changing too. So some people don't see certain things, but then they see the other. So it's just kind of, you just got to kind of keep playing that game.
I'll never understand that. But that's the same thing. Like even with my job, you have to brand. Branding is so important.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be annoying.
Right.
But you have to be annoying.
Exactly. Because you have, like, for me, I've realized that people aren't seeing all my posts. So it's like, oh, I'm really not being that annoying because they haven't seen all of them. So, but yeah.
Do you pay money to like boost your stuff and stuff like that?
I have. I do every once in a while. If it's like a really important post, I'll boost it. But usually, like on Instagram, I did that. And then in order for you to keep boosting, they'll kind of like tone down your viewing and stuff.
Oh.
So then it's like you have to boost your other
More
posts.
money to get it.
Yeah. And so I try not to do it too often, and just kind of I just comment on other people's posts, like other musicians in Detroit, like, and I look up their music. I found such great music just like going on Instagram and searching Detroit music or like new music and just commenting on people's posts like, hey, I love your music, check out mine when you have a chance. And I just follow them, and honestly, it's been working the best for me. So
where's your favorite place to play around Metro Detroit? Want to give a shout out to your favorite?
I have to say 20th Front Street in Lake Orion is my favorite place to play right now. It's such a great venue for people who just want to go and listen to music, and such a great venue for artists. They are so sweet to the artists, and they just make sure that you're all taken care of, and it's just, the sound is amazing every single time. Like, you can't go wrong. I had a show there a couple weeks back, and it was nearly sold out, and it was just amazing, and I can't wait to be back there. It's just a great venue.
Where's it at? Like,
it's in Lake Orion.
Do you know the Crossroads?
It's downtown Lake Orion.
I'll find it. That's what Google's for. We're fine.
I'm not very great with directions.
No, I know.
Like, I know you take Orion Road to get there from my house, but that's as much as I know.
I always feel like so silly when someone's like, "Oh, take the next exit," or "Make a go west or go east." I'm like, I gotta think about this for a second. I have no idea what you're saying, but well, that's cool. But you write your own songs too.
I do. Yes.
How long of a process do you think that is? Because some people that answer varies a lot.
Honestly, for me, like Bad Influence and Bring On the Moon. So Bad Influence I wrote with Greg Lawson when I was in Nashville, and it took about 3 hours to write that song. But then Bring On the Moon, it took like an hour. And so it really kind of just depends, I think, on what you as the artist or as the songwriter are bringing to the table. Because usually when I go into a write, I have most of the song written, or I have like a really solid plan laid out. So we just kind of fill it in. But other writes because usually they're like 3 to 4 hours. And if you kind of just go in, you're just like, what are we feeling like writing today? Let's just kind of pull from thin air. Then that usually takes all 4 hours. But so it really depends on the creative process. I mean, it's taken me years to write a song, because you write it and then you keep going back and looking at it and tweaking it.
You're your worst perfectionist too. Like, your biggest critique is yourself.
Yeah.
In those situations.
Oh, definitely, because you're just like, wait, is that quite right? And then you start breaking it down to like, does that sing right? Do those syllables fit? And then it's really nitpicky.
Do you go with the music first, or do you go with the lyrics?
That depends on me. I usually go with a melody first. I like writing to a melody, but usually I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I always find that like at 3 a.m. or like 4 a.m. I'll just wake up and I'll start typing on my phone, because I just have like an idea. But then it's always so difficult for me the next morning, because I'm like,
why did I say that?
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, what melody was I even thinking? Like, that makes no sense. So I like to write to a melody, because it kind of gets everything moving. But you can go either way. It depends on whatever you're comfortable with.
Before we get into your last song, Infinite Circle, you have a show at the Otis Supply.
I do.
In Ferndale.
On June 21st with the Steve Taylor 3. I'm so excited to be there with them. So I'm going to be the opener, and starts at 8. And I'm pretty sure it's all ages welcome, and tickets are for sale on their Facebook.
Bar.
But
is it a bar?
It's in their Parliament room.
Okay. Oh, that sounds fancy.
I've never been
like
there.
That.
It's gonna be my first time out.
Room.
It's gonna be my first time out that way, or at Otis. So we'll see kind of what it's like. But I'm pretty sure, all ages are welcome, and tickets are for sale. And yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Cool. Well, let's check it out. Here's Allie Aro, her last song of the afternoon. Infinite Circle.
Infinite Circle.
And what's the story behind this song?
This is actually a really funny story. So I wrote the song based off of the Outlander series. It's a TV series and a book series. I know it sounds crazy, But my boyfriend's mom was just watching it one night, and she's like, "You should start watching this. I think you'll love it." And I was kind of like, "Oh, okay." So I watched the first episode, and I was like, "Oh, wow, okay." And then I finished all 4 seasons like in 2 days. So I was like really obsessed with it. Like it was amazing. And in one of the episodes, they talked about like an infinite circle, and the whole story. You can look it up, anyone watching. But it's basically the girl goes back in time, accidentally falls in love, then has to go to the future, and then goes back in time again because she's like so in love with this guy. I was like, what a story. So I used that to kind of inspire this.
That's a cool little.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I wrote it about a book, and
That's cool.
yeah, people are like, "Oh, is it about your boyfriend?" I'm like, "No, this is about a book."
You should just say yeah, make him feel good about himself.
I know, but it's like
Now it's a lie. You can say it now.
he has plenty written about him. It's okay. There can be one.
The
that's
good, the
not.
bad, and the ugly, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She wants to be like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
This is Allie Aro, Infinite Circle, live at MusicTown.
Beginning to end, just a beautiful notion. Our thoughts and dreams travel as deep as the ocean. Limitless sky, the stars that we're under, storm in your eyes, lightning and thunder. Convince me, love is unspoken. I travel through an infinite circle for you. If that meant forever, one last time, round and round we go, chasing the light of love. I travel through an infinite circle for you. The sun and the moon collide into the horizon. The impossible can happen when love is the reason. The mountains we climb, the valleys we lay in, the changing of time, present forsaken. Convince me, love can't be broken. I travel through an infinite circle for you. If that meant forever, one last time, round and round we go, chasing the light of love. I travel through an infinite circle for you. Limitless sky, sun in the changing of time, the present forsaken. Convince me, love is unspoken. I travel through an infinite circle for you. If that meant forever, one last time, round and round we go, chasing the light of love. I travel through an infinite circle for you. Yeah, I travel through an infinite circle for you.
Fantastic. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Really quick before we sign off, where can your music be found at?
You can find everything you need to know about me at alliearomusic.com. That's ALLIEARO music.com. All my social media, but I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. Everything's out there. Just gotta search Allie Aro, and you'll find me. I'm right there. Follow me on my socials so you're staying up to date on my single releases.
And check her out at Otis Supply, June 21st in Ferndale. Allie, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. This was so much
Finally.
fun. Yes, finally, finally.
And Joe and Spencer, thank you guys for coming in. Free to check out
Yeah.
every Tuesday live at MusicTown Detroit, which is the second floor of the Hockey Town Cafe. I'm Frank Williams Jr. We'll see you next week.